Hey guys, as a full disclaimer, please watch the entire video before you attempt a tier 4 run. I have some pretty important tips that'll make your experience way less painful overall, and skipping a few minutes of video is just not worth the hours of frustration. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Hey guys, and welcome to my complete tier 4 RCM Enderman Slayer guide. I will say that if you're trying to cheese the boss, please watch the video linked in the description or the video tagged above, as I have a full guide for this. Anyways, let's get started. As for gear requirements, I'd recommend burning Aurora with Fumings as a minimum, since Storm Armor is just not enough mana to make the runs consistent. Enchants that I would say that are recommended are Refrigerate on the helmet, and then Mana Vampire and everything else. I'd say the higher the enchant the better. I have Refrigerate 4 and Mana Vampire 6, but if you can do better than that, then that'll help you immensely. I'd also say that as for the attributes, Mana Pool 4 as a minimum, since it's just so cheap to get Mana Pool 4, so might as well just get it, right? As for the required weapons and tools in the hotbar, obviously a hype, minimum 5 stars, heroic recommed, giant killer 6, execute, and ender slayer 6 are just the important ones I'm thinking of. And I said execute because execute 6 is crazy, so execute 5 works. Don't do prosecute, as it only gets harder during the boss fight later on, so prosecute doesn't really matter right now. Then I'll also say an aspect of void is really important, just because of the fact that you need it for the beacons, which I'll show later on. I'd say overflux is a requirement, as the base mana regen is really important, because there's just no way you're going to reach the required mana regen to be able to kill the boss. I'd say for me, a really important one is the Wand of Atonement, as I feel like healing is a huge part of the boss fight. It was one of the aspects that I struggled on until I realized that Wand of Atonement just fixes everything. I'd say this is more important than the Florid Zombie Sword, as just, you don't have to worry about it, and it just ticks for 7 seconds. Fire Veil is super important just because of the extra damage you get, and just how, you don't even think about it when you pop it. And then obviously you need a Reaper Scythe. I think Heroic is optimal. I have Legendary because I don't really care. But yeah, just have a Reaper Scythe with tank zombies. I use M1 tank zombies and they don't really die. So yeah. Now for optional things that I like to have, the Terminator, for me, it's just my Dungeon's Terminator. I use explosive arrows during the hit phase, I'll explain that later, but it's just really nice to have this when sometimes your tank zombies die, which I've seen before. And then Florid Zombie Sword is just really good for healing during emergencies, because obviously, mistakes happen, and not all your runs going to be perfect, so there's that. Now in terms of magical power, I'd say that aim around 1,000. Now you can obviously, I have 1,000, so obviously I can say I have it get 1,000. But it was around 1,000 where I started actually trying to do the tier 4s legit. Just because of the fact that it's just so much intelligence that's wasted if you don't have magical power. So aim for around 1,000. If you have a little less, then it's fine. A little more, ideal. You know what I'm saying? And then just in terms of equipment, I think the only thing required is the implosion belt, just because of the 25% extra explosion damage. Otherwise, everything else here is not really required. Just, try to get mana pool. But yeah, implosion belt is the most important thing here. Now, I want to put a big emphasis on attributes, just because that, it's the only reason why Aurora is so good besides the base stats. It's the attributes give you so much mana. This is already, what is it, almost 300 mana just from attributes, right? And it's so cheap to get. So just really try to focus up on the attributes, and yeah, you'll be perfectly fine. As for pet, I use a sheep pet because I'm broke, but I will say that, recommended you use either One Bill Bank G-Drag or Ender Dragon. I've heard it's better, I haven't used it, but obviously, it's better. I'm just saying, I'll show you with the sheep pet, just because it's just what I use. Also, as for an item, Bubblegum is so good, just because of the fact that you don't have to worry about your overflux. Obviously, when you get better, you don't really need a deployable for that long, but I've always had Bubblegum on because I saw someone recommended it to me, and I've just been, using it. So yeah, if you're wondering what item to use, I use Bubblegum, but you can use whatever you want if you don't need the deployable for that long. Also, I'll say an Enderman pet is super helpful, just because spawning it is just kind of annoying, and it just speeds everything, obviously. So just, yeah, recommend having Enderman pet, but Wolf pet is a good substitute too. Now, if you have any questions about gear, just leave it in the comments. I'll explain everything that I can. I respond pretty quickly, so if you have any issues, just make sure you do that. But besides that, I want to get started on the boss fight and just explain my thinking in all the parts of the boss fight that I use. So also just some smaller stuff here for the mods I use. I'm on Lunar Client, so I use Skyblock. If you type in Skyblock here, I use the Skyblock mod. This is what I use. I think it's voidgloom Slayer's on, and then if you like click this stuff, it has all this stuff here. I have everything on. And yeah, it's super helpful, which you'll see during the boss fight. And I'm going to be honest, it is almost impossible if you don't use mods. So please just try to get Lunar Client. I'm pretty sure it's safe. I use it for years, had no issues. So yeah, just if you need mods to use, I would say Lunar Client. If you have any questions, leave in the comments. I'll answer everything because I've been through everything. So yeah, just leave it down below. I'll also say if you've made it this far, you might as well leave a sub because this video is like super awesome. But yeah, all the support is really appreciated and it really helps me make videos. So, you know, just leave a sub if you want, leave a like if you can, and obviously comment whatever question you have. Sorry for this little thing. Let's get back into the video. Alright, so this is going to be the fight that I commentate over. I do have it on slow-mo so I can say everything, but yeah. So here, always pop your overflux because mana is like super important. And then make sure to have your Reaper Scythe. I forgot to do that, but I swap it in here. And then I move over and I do spawn, but I realized that, you know, I spawned in a bad place. So I kind of walk over here and spawn it. You want the Enderman to kind of walk into your tank zombies because it is faster than them. And then I also have to put my Terminator out just to help with the hit phase. And then, yeah, that's just basically the first part here. Now that it's able to take damage, pop your Fire Veil wand and then use your hype all around it. Just hype it. Make sure to like stay far away from it because it will hit you for a lot of damage if you do get close. So just try to be like, you know, kind of close but not too close. And also make sure you're keeping track of healing. Again, if you see it turn blue like that, light blue for a slight second before its lasers, you can still damage it. So you want to be able to make sure that when it does turn light blue before the lasers, just keep spamming hype as close as you can to take it down a little farther. But during this laser phase, it's invincible. Now, I pop my Fire Veil wand and just hype it until it turns purple. The outline, see that there. I pop my Reaper Scythe as it walks into my tank zombies. And then I'm going to focus on healing, so I always have my Wand of Atonement. Good advice if you die early or die a lot, just always have your Wand of Atonement healing. Even if you're full HP, just pop it because it's a tick, so you know it's continuous. Here it's during the hit phase. I'm just, you know, using my term with explosive arrows. And then here, you're going to see here that I pop my Fire Veil wand. I get to safety, and then I, you know, get a little closer and hit it. Now, you see there that like pop-up spawned. It just means a beacon's there. Walk over to it. It's pretty lenient in how much time it gives you, so just, you know, don't like immediately go to it, but, you know, keep it in mind. There I play a little risky and start hyping near it, but, yeah, I was just being dumb there. But yeah, another beacon spawn, so you want to just pop your Wand of Atonement during this phase, because this is where you're like kind of free, you know, so like, focus on all the healing stuff during that. And then pop my Fire Veil wand and start, you know, trying to get it to hit phase. Once it turns purple like that, again, pop the tank zombies, lead it into the tank zombies. Pretty sure I'm focusing up healing here, yeah. And then I go back down to my Terminator, and then I should be able to, yeah, hit it during the hit phase for it to be able to take damage. Just make sure you're, you know, locked in on healing and stuff like that. If it does get close, you can always just like AOTV away. Now, in its final phase, this is probably your highest chance of dying here because it's, you know, all the stuff happens. But really just lock in here, pop Fire Veil wand, and just hit it. See those eyes that spawn? I got really lucky and just fell into my crosshair. But when those like heads do spawn, you're going to have to like lock in here. Get the beacon, and then you're going to see a head pop out. I stare into it because it does, you know, do a lot of damage. And right here, all you want to do is focus on healing. And if you get this far, you've basically won. Just hype it down, and yeah. That's the entire tier 4 boss fight. I'll say this kind of stuff is way better than like the cheese spot just because you can do it anywhere and it's just way faster boss runs. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of people just troll you if you do the cheese spot because I don't know, people are just weird. So I don't know, try to learn how to do it like without using like cheese spots and you'll just have your rates way faster and have a better time just doing E-Man. And yeah, that's the end of the video. I want to thank everyone who's made it to the end, as I really do appreciate all of your support, and for everyone who this video helped, I hope you leave a sub, as I really do appreciate everything you guys do. Also, leave a like and a comment, as it really does help the algorithm push my videos out to other people who might need this, so yeah. With that out of the way, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.